Okay, so now I'm going to actually put some lights in my scene apart from my major primary light source, which is the sun or something. So next, I'm just going to, I mentioned a castle setting, so maybe I think of a few torches or something that I want to put around the level. So I'm going to make a few lights for that. To add a light, just go to Game Object, Light, Point Light, and you can drag it around here. And you'll see some settings over in the inspector and a few things to look at, a few primary things that we're going to affect. First of all, this is just a point light because of the button that we press when we create the new light. Technically, this could be a spot, this could be area, maybe those get kind of complicated, or directional or whatever. But just know that you can change this here. A light component is just a light component. The spotlight versus point light, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same. The second thing I can affect is the range, and that's how much this light touches. You can be fancy with that if you want. I mentioned a torch, so I'm going to change the color here on this light as one thing I can do. And I'm going to position this in maybe one of the darker spaces to light this up a little bit. And you'll see, just as a player, I may see that and be drawn over there. So maybe I don't want to put that over there and I want to hide something. I'll keep this space dark and I'll put one over here. I might also want another one, say over here inside of this darker space. Put one in the wall over here, and then I'll put one over here. And also, you might want to create another grouping object. I close that. I want to make a create empty and call this lights. I'm going to make sure that this is zeroed out. Then I'm going to put these lights underneath there. Okay, so we've affected the range and the color. The third thing that we can change is the mode. Now, I mentioned in a previous video, there's three primary types of lights. There's a baked, which is just, it's not going to affect any real-time moving objects. It's just going to bake before you press the play button, and then it's done. It will only affect static geometry. There's mixed. This is a real-time light that will affect moving objects as well as some baking, but the light itself cannot move. And real time is something that the light can move, or you can also, and it will also affect moving objects. So, and they get increasingly more expensive as you go. These torches are not going to move, so I think I just need them as mixed. I'm going to change them all to mixed. You'll see it's doing a bake right now. And once that's done, you can actually mess with the intensity as well. Also, I have all three selected, so I'm changing all three simultaneously. You can mess with the intensity if you want. Again, the range, and finally turn on shadows to make sure that it can actually cast shadows on things. Otherwise, it's not going to affect anything interesting. So I'm just going to turn on hard shadows. And with that, I will move on to the next portion.